I was really looking forward to go outside and shoot a couple of videos today because like the last couple of weeks I've been doing nothing but going from home to the office back home, and the only time that I've been outside is basically when we've been taking Alice for a walk or going to the playground or something like that. So I was really hoping that today would be the day where it would be like great weather in the morning and I could go outside, shoot a couple of videos, but no. So since we're here at the office, I thought we should talk about this. This right here is my old MacBook Pro, which I bought back in 2017, and this was the like high-end model. I think it cost me $3,200, which was really expensive and still is really expensive, but it's also been one of the top performing computers that I've had ever, and all the work that I've done both for my YouTube channel and for my clients has been done on this computer right here. But since I've been shooting a lot of my videos in 4K lately and been using a lot more plugins than I was a couple of years ago, I've noticed that this computer is starting to struggle a whole lot, and the memory on this computer is getting like clogged up, and it's also been draining battery super fast and giving me this warning sign that the battery is not good. And when I'm doing any kind of like screen recording tutorial and trying to like show you guys how I make my videos, then this computer is going really slow. So I kind of needed to upgrade my computer to be able to take my content to the next level, and I was really considering about fully speccing out the 27-inch iMac, or if I should go for the MacBook Pro. So the main thing that sold me on the MacBook Pro is that I want to be able to be portable, and that is something that I've always done when I've been working as a freelancer and when I'm working with my YouTube videos. And having the ability to bring my work with me anywhere where I go is something that I cannot not have. Can you say it like that? I think you can, but like, oh, I cannot not have. That's like double negative. Having a 27-inch iMac here at the office would probably be good for me to not work anywhere else than when I'm at the office, but it's also gonna be one of those things that's not really gonna work for me because I want to be able to bring up my computer and do the final touches to a video no matter where I am, because sometimes I record a video and then I sit and edit the video at my girlfriend's family or at my family's place and then finish up that video, upload that to YouTube, and that is something that I still want to be able to do, and also to make sure that I actually have the possibility in the future to travel and edit on the go, because that is something that I personally like, and that is something that I think that you guys will enjoy as well. So I decided to get the 16-inch high-end MacBook Pro that I spec'd out with 2.4 gigahertz, 8-core Intel Core i9 processor, 64 gigabytes of RAM, paired up with the AMD Radeon Pro 5500M with 8 gigabytes of VRAM. And I also decided to go for the 2 terabytes SSD drive and not the 4 terabyte, because 4 terabytes was so incredibly expensive, and I mean, like, this computer was already expensive before the memory, but I mainly use external SSD drives whenever I'm editing any kind of photos or videos. So instead of having like a fully spec'd out memory into the MacBook, I'm gonna go and put the money on external SSD drives instead. So before I actually got the computer, I was thinking to myself, like, is this going to be worth it? Is it going to be that fast? Am I going to get that much more efficient so that this amount of money is gonna be worth it? And so far, I gotta say, yes, it actually is, because I've been using this now for a couple of days, and I was editing one of my latest videos, which was the iPad Pro review, and I was editing that on a 4K timeline that I usually never can do without having to be a little bit laggy, and it didn't even budge a little bit. It was just like cutting it through like butter. And when I was done rendering everything out in 4K, that render took me less than 4 minutes to finish up. And I mean, on my old machine, it usually took me somewhere between like 20 and 50 minutes to render out a 10-minute video in 4K, and this did it in less than 5 minutes, which is so incredibly insane that I already feel that I've started to save up some time by investing my money into this machine. And being able to have so much power in a machine also means that you can multitask between heavy programs without having any issues. And I've been using Final Cut Pro, Adobe Photoshop, Lightroom, Google Chrome at the same time without any issues at all. When it comes to processor, when it comes to ROM, nothing has budged and it works like a charm. I can jump seamlessly between all of those programs. I can have Final Cut Pro open at one side and then Google Chrome on the other, and then seamlessly work when it comes to like finding sound effects and stuff like that. So being able to do that is just insane. But again, the price tag is ridiculous, and you would probably be able to get same kind of power in a PC or something like that. But the thing is that my main source of income is coming from Final Cut Pro, Adobe Photoshop, and Adobe Lightroom, and those programs work so incredibly well on Mac OS that I've never actually had any issues with it at all when I've been editing in those programs. So instead of going for a PC with same kind of specs and having to like transfer to Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve, I decided to go for this to be able to streamline my workflow, make everything way faster, and be able to produce even more content in a shorter period of time. So would I recommend anyone to buy a spec'd out MacBook Pro like this? Well, yes, if you're actually making money from the content that you're making. If not, I cannot justify the price tag on this machine because I think it's way too expensive to buy if you're just doing it for fun. In that case, I'd probably go for the high-end MacBook Pro instead and save those like $2,000, $2,500 that this cost, because there's not gonna be anything worth it for you to buy this machine unless you're actually making money from it. But the high-end MacBook Pro 16-inch is definitely worth the money that you invest because it's such a good machine when it comes to like the processing power, the smoothness that Final Cut Pro runs on. And talking about the new keyboard, I mean, like, how could Apple actually have the keyboard that they had, like I think it's called the butterfly, right? Like I mean, there was actually dust or dirt getting under the keys on the keyboard, so you couldn't actually press it down. And now with the new MacBook Pro, they have so much more like tactical feedback, and it feels so much better when you're actually typing on the keyboard. So what do you think? Is the MacBook Pro 16-inch something that you would buy, or is it something that you would feel like, I'd probably put my money on a PC instead? But I would love to know, so do drop a comment below, and if you like the video, do give it a thumbs up, and or if you haven't subscribed, that'd be highly appreciated as well. Until next time, take care.